that isn't mine, a distant echo out of time. It calls to me without a name, a shifting voice, a flickering flame.
I felt it too before you spoke, a quiet thread, a gentle stroke. It moved between the space we share, a fragile pulse within the air.
No rhythm guides the way we start, just scattered tones that fall apart. Yet in the break I hear you clear, a voice I never thought I'd hear.
Not clear, not fixed, not meant to stay. It bends, it slips, it fades away. But every time it disappears, it leaves behind a trace of heat.
I answer back without a plan,
not knowing if you understand.
a rising note, a falling line, a question drawn without a sign.
I don't respond the way you think. I shift the tone, I break the link. But in that break a bridge appears, a silent truth that draws us near.
We speak in sound, we drift, we collide. No need to choose a side, a conversation undefined. Two scattered waves, one moving mind. Begins to cry aloud, a voice that cuts through every cloud. Not asking where, not asking why, just reaching out into the sky.
The piano answers soft but wide, a flowing wave I cannot hide. It wraps around your shattered tone and makes it feel less alone.
Are we the sound or just the space, a fleeting form we can't replace? A moment stretched between two minds that never breaks yet never binds. We don't align, we don't agree, yet something deeper lets us be. A harmony without a frame, a shared but never equal flame. We rise, we fall, we twist, we blend. No start to mark, no final end, just voices moving through the air, becoming something we both share. I lose myself inside your tone,
a place that feels
but isn't known.
And I become what I can't see, a sound that lives between you and me. And in the space where none define, our voices slowly intertwine. Not one, not two, but something more, a sound we've never heard before. You send a sound into the air, a question drifting everywhere. Not shaped, not formed, not meant to stay, yet still it finds its way to me.
I didn't mean to call your name. It wasn't words, it wasn't framed, just something breaking through the noise, a fragile pulse without a voice.
I catch it softly, let it bend, not as a start, not as an end, but as a a piece of something more, a hidden key without a door.
You turn it into something new, a tone I never thought I knew.
It shifts, it glows, it disappears, then echoes back through unseen spheres. I never answer what you send, I let it change, I let it bend, because the truth is not in line, it lives between your sound and mine.
Then I respond, but not the same. I twist the shape, I change the frame. A broken rhythm, scattered light, a shadow dancing in the night.
And I reflect it soft but wide, a mirror I cannot deny, but not a copy, not a trace, a different truth in the same space.
Trumpet rises sharp and bright, a sudden spark against the night. It cuts across the open air, a fleeting line that isn't there.
The piano answers low and deep, a quiet sound that doesn't sleep. It holds the space, then lets it go, a fading pulse, a subtle flow.
We never meet in perfect line, your time is yours and mine is mine, yet somehow still we overlap, a moment in the endless gap.
Not in the sound, but in the break, in every shift and every shake, there lies a place where we align. Not in the note, but in design.
We echo through each other's tone,
not fully joined,
not all alone,
a living sound
that bends and grows,
a truth that neither fully knows.
So I will send another wave,
not strong enough to hold or save. And I will catch it, let it fall, and turn it into something small that grows again and drifts apart, a constant dance, a shifting on. Echo and answer, never still, a sound that moves beyond all.
I move ahead before you start, a scattered line, a restless heart. I try to find where you might be, but lose the shape in what I see.
You rush beyond what I can feel, a sound too sharp, too fast, too real. I reach for something I can hold, but everything dissolves to cold.
Then maybe we were never meant to share a line, a single intent. Two separate waves that never meet, just passing by in broken beat.
Or maybe meeting isn't clear, not something we can place or hear, but something hidden in the space between your sound and my own pace.
The sax cries out, a sudden break, a rising storm I cannot fake. It tears apart the fragile ground and leaves me drifting without sound.
The piano falls in softer It doesn't stop your crashing wave, but offers something else to say.
I don't slow down, I can't retreat. My rhythm stumbles, skips the beat. I push ahead through empty air, not knowing if you're even there.
I don't follow where you run, I stay within what's just begun.
A slower pulse, a deeper tone, a place where I am still my own. Two minds that never truly meet, yet echo through a shifting beat. A distance we can't redefine, yet something ties your sound to mine. I hear you now, or think I do. A softer edge comes breaking through, not stopping mine, not pulling near,
but changing something I can hear. And I can feel your restless fire, rising, falling short desire. It doesn't match, it doesn't blend, yet somehow bends without an end.
So maybe we don't need to be aligned in perfect symmetry.
Maybe the truth we're meant to find lives in the space between two minds.
Not one, not two, not left, not right, but something moving out of sight. A fragile link we can't define, that lives between your sound and mine. There is a shift I can't explain,
A softer edge within the strain.
the chaos still, but something new.
A quiet thread that leads to you.
I feel it too, but not as calm.
A trembling pulse beneath the storm.
It doesn't stop the way I move,
but gives me space I didn't choose. We never spoke, we never tried to force our tones to coincide. Yet in the drift a pattern grows, a silent path nobody knows.
The sax no longer cuts so deep. It bends, it curves, it starts to weep.
Not from pain, but something wide, a hidden truth I used to hide. The piano answers not in line, but gently tracing what is mine, then drifting slowly into you, without a need to follow through. No words exchanged, no rhythm set, no promise made, no safety net, yet something forms we cannot see. A quiet kind of harmony.
I still break through, I still resist. A scattered sound I can't dismiss, but now it feels less torn apart, more like a voice that found its start.
I still remain within my flow, a softer place I always know. But now it stretches, reaches wide, and lets your presence live inside.
We don't align, and yet we do in
ways that aren't defined or true. Not something fixed, not something planned, but something neither understands. An unspoken shifting grace that lives within this fragile space. No need to force, no need to prove, just something that begins to move. The trumpet rises calm but clear, not loud enough to disappear. A golden tone that softly stays and lingers through our separate ways. The bass hums low, a steady ground, a quiet force beneath the sound. It doesn't lead, it doesn't bind, but holds the space we couldn't find. And in this place where none control, a deeper rhythm starts to roll. Not heard, not seen, but always there, a silent thread we start to share. I don't need you to match my sound. I don't need you to slow me down. Because within what we have grown, we found a space that feels like home. Not perfect, not defined, not still, but something moving with its will. I don't resist the way you move. I let it pass, I let it prove that not all paths are meant to meet, yet still can share a common beat. I feel your rhythm crossing mine, not forced to match, not forced in line, but something shifts within the air, a deeper sense that we both share. The sax no longer fights the flow. It rises, falls, then lets it go. A wilder tone, yet somehow free, and not chasing what it used to be. The piano opens wider still, not bound by shape, not bound by will. It welcomes every fractured sound and turns it into something round. We cross, we bend, we intertwine. No need to force a single line. Each separate wave, each shifting sea still finds a shared frequency. Stumbles, then it grows, a broken path that somehow knows exactly where it needs to be, between your sound and part of me. I echo not, I recreate, a softer shift, a lighter weight. I take your sound and let it fly, and watch it change across the sky. The same we never were. No need to fix, no need to blur, because within this shifting space we found a different kind of grace. A harmony without control, a deeper sense beyond the roll. Not what we planned, not what we knew, but something honest, something true. Crossing frequencies we find a place beyond our tone. The bass below begins to rise and holds the truth we can't disguise. And in this pulse that isn't still, we move without a need for will. No longer lost, no need to choose, because there's nothing left to lose. The sound begins to fade away,
Not lost, just drifting into gray.
a softer edge, a quiet tone,
A place that finally feels like home. I hear it too, but not as end.
more like a wave we didn't send.
A lingering trace within the air.
A silent form still resting there.
No need to answer, no reply. No reason left to question why. Because within what we became,
There's nothing left.
to try to name. The sax no longer needs to cry.
It breathes, it bends, it passes by.
A fading line, a gentle fall.
A voice that's no one's voice at all. The piano speaks in softer light.
A quiet glow beyond the night.
Each note a step that disappears, yet somehow still remains right here. No words to say, no need to sound, yet something deep is always found. A resonance we cannot see. It lives beyond both you and me.
We didn't meet the way we thought.
We didn't become what we were taught,
But in the space we chose to stay, we found another kind of way. Not side by side, not far apart,
but something closer than a star.
a drifting truth, a quiet art.
That leaves its echo in the heart. The rhythm's gone, or so it seems, yet still it moves within our dreams. A silent pulse, a hidden flame that never needed form or name.
So let it fade,
Don't hold it tight,
don't turn it wrong.
don't make it right.
Because beyond what we can hear,
There's something always lingering near.
a trace of you within my sound.
A trace of me where you are found.
And
And in that space where none remain, we're not apart, we're not the same. Just something soft and undefined, a resonance.